So again, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Only job for you right now is to breathe, fill up the base of the belly. Find energy from the crown of your head coming all the way down to the sitting bone. Maybe close your eyes, maybe set an intention for a Tuesday for your practice. Hi, Rosie. Meet me on the mat. Take some nice conscious breaths. Make sure you have a strap available, a belt, a band, or a towel. Thought comes into your mind about anything that doesn't relate to right here, right now, let it go. Take your arms down to the side. Give me a conscious inhale. And a little twist to the right. Inhale. And to the left. Inhale, center, and back down to the heart. Beautiful. I'll bring those legs together, bring them to the side, and let's meet in child's pose. Take your knees out nice and wide, feet together flat or curled under with the toes. See if you can put your forehead down and just roll around on your forehead. Move your body right and left. Give yourself a little temple massage. Try to roll all the way to the temple on one side and then the temple on the other. Start to roll yourself up and meet me in your tabletop expression. Hands under shoulders, fingers spread, bring the knees in a little bit closer. And just find your neutral spine. Make sure you're not dipping your chin to your chest, you're stretching the crown of the head forward. Draw the navel in, lengthen that tailbone back. And just start to move your tailbone down towards between your knees. Pull your belly in, really dome up between the shoulder blades. Nice and slow until you're at the highest place with your back in that rounded shape. Pull the shoulder blades apart, really, really broad there. And then start to move the tailbone towards the feet, towards the back of the room. Start to look forward, take your sitting bones towards the ceiling. Beautiful, really, really slow. I want you to do that again. Tailbone first. Bring it to the back of the room. Bring it towards the knees. Dome and round and exhale. Tailbone starts to come to the feet, to the back wall, to the sky. Two more times. Really articulate. Need space between the vertebrae. And come back to tabletop. If you're not at the side of your mat, turn to the side so you've got the nice long length of it. Knees are on a padding if you need. Take that tabletop and take one leg out to the side. Try to see if you can bring the knife edge outside of your foot to the floor. And then just go back and forth a little bit. Have your back toes curled under, or you can have that foot flat. Go a little deeper. Getting a nice groin in the thigh hip stretch there. Give me a couple more, use your breath. Every time your mind wanders, come back to the breath. Maybe do a little circle, very small circle with the chest. Change your direction. And then use your core to bring your hands to your hips and come on up with the shoulders. Or reach the arm down towards the leg and stretch over. Open up the chest. And release it, come back to your knees. And we're going other side. Take that leg out to the side. Far as it will go to the edge of your mat there. Try to bring the outside foot down. And let's go, little movement. Start easier, maybe start to go a little deeper if your curled toes are here. Maybe send your foot flat, go a little deeper. Find your little circles. Like the circles, because you do feel that long leg. Little micro stretches right there. Change the direction. Come back to the center. If you'd like to curl your back toes under for balance. Hands to hips, strong core, and rise. Arm out to the side. Lower arm down your leg and stretch. Beautiful. And lift your arm up to rise. Bring your knee in and just sit back on your feet. Now your legs are closer together, more of a shell pose. You can bring your hands back and just rest for a second. Or you can interlace your hands behind you, stretch them to the back, and then lift them off the back. Make sure you're not compromising the neck at all. And lower them down. Take yourself up. You're going to do a little quad stretch. See if you can tuck your toes under. Separate your knees, hip width. Right arm comes up all the way to the back heel and see if you can rise. subtle back bend. Make sure the core is still braced. And lower down. Beautiful. Other side. Take it up, take it back. Now let's do a little flowing action with that. Alternate, keep pushing the hips forward. Don't forget to squeeze the seat forward as well. One more each side. And if it's available to you, maybe try both. So arms up and back. Reach for those heels. And then drive the hips forward. Trying to keep your hip flexors above your knees. This one's pretty strong, so back off if you need to. If you can, open up the collarbones, shine your heart, and then push off those heels. Beautiful. Back to child's pose, wide knees. Take your thumbs up to the sky and bring your arms to the edges of the mat. And again, just like you pushed your outside foot edge down, push the edge of your pinkies down. Think about broadening the lower back. Big breaths there. Push down through the pinky edge fingers. Thumbs are tight to the sky. And then start to roll yourself forward. We're going to meet in Sphinx pose. So just bring your elbows down. Beautiful. And again here, the hips are heavy, the quads are heavy, the legs are supported. Try a little toe stretch. See if you can keep your feet flat. Make sure the elbows are directly under the shoulders. And then you're going to lift your legs off the floor. So the only thing staying is arms and feet. So you're going into a low plank. Inhale, exhale, rise. Pulling that belly button up to the back up to the ceiling for 4, 3, 2, and slowly down. Beautiful. Bring your hands under the shoulders. Let's push back to our knees. And you're going to bring that right leg all the way to the outside. Hands to the inside. If your back knee needs a little support, put your little padding there. See how long you can get your left leg. So really want to stretch that straight leg back behind you to get this nice hip flexor straight here. Maybe do a little lifted back toe. And then move the foot to the inside of your hands. And lower down, come up to the quad. See if you can lengthen the leg away from the hip joint. Lift your heart, options to stay there or arms up. Again, as much as you bring this leg back on that left side, you're going to get this psoas, lovely stretch there. And bring your hands down, lift your back toes up and walk in a few inches to a little pyramid stretch. Keep your heel lifted in the back. So just peel your leg in and straighten the front one. And I've got a nice releve on the back foot. Everything is nice and squared to the front. Try not to lock out the front leg at the kneecap, but do pull that right hip back. And then lower the back knee, bring that front leg back, and we'll go other side. The lizard, step your left foot out to the side, come to the inside. Again, you want to try to have this lovely long leg on the mat, getting a hip flexor stretch there. Maybe curl the toes under, lift the kneecap. And walk your foot in between your hands. Low lunge. And drop the knee again. Release the toes. You can stay here. Come here. And really working on this front of the hip here, into that deep muscle. That's where I've been feeling it lately. My massage lady's been telling me I need to do this more often. Lengthen the leg, quad, out of the hip. Maybe arms up. Beautiful. Bring it down. Lift those back toes up. And again, you're just going to walk the leg in until you can almost straighten the front one and you stay on a high back heel. Nice. That back heel is going towards the sky. Your hips are high. Try to draw energy out of the floor, up through the legs. And then just step the front foot, back foot to meet the front foot. And rise. One time to rise. All the way up. Swan dive. All the way down. And you're going to step that right foot back again, turn it out, going into warrior two. So the foot is turned towards the front of the mat, side of the mat. If you can, arm goes up, and we're here. Your arch of your front foot can go right into the intersection of your back foot. Now let's take that reverse warrior. Straighten the leg, reach the back arm to the leg. And back to warrior two. And then turn your feet towards the front of that mat. And give me a nice forward fold. Both your feet face forwards, your hips go back. Hands go down. And just flow your body right and left. Again, you feel those little micro muscles moving and stretching differently here. Turn to the front edge foot. Bring the back leg in. And we're going to roll up and do that on the other side. So one, roll up. One, dive down. And take the left foot back. Use that arm to pull you all the way to warrior two. And reverse warrior. full energy up through the floor, up through the ground. And back to warrior two. And then turn towards the side. Let's do a little pigeon toe this time. Bring the heels out and the toes in. And just move your body weight around. Come more to the toes. And then more to the heels. More to the right. And more to the left. Maybe take a hold of the calves or your head close to the floor. And just turn your toes out to 1 and 11. Bend into your right leg. And take it to the left. Back and forth. Bend into the leg at the front of the mat and turn towards that side and meet me in your pigeon. So single pigeon. If you don't like single pigeon, remember you can come on your back and do your figure 4 stretch. Otherwise, your knee is out to the edge of the mat. And we're staying up high today if you choose. I'm going to choose that version because, again, I want to really stretch that hip flexor. Maybe have a look back at your leg and make sure the knee is on the floor, the 5 toes are equally on the floor. You're not sickling that leg. Draw the heart up if you're doing this version. Ellen, just have a little check-in and make sure that your hips are square to the front. And then if anybody has a little prayer in them here, maybe lift your hands to prayer. And let that sitting bone go lower and lower towards the floor. Yeah, that's not as easy as it looks, right, Mary? And actually, I can't do it on both sides. I'll try it on the other side. But for some reason, I can do that very easily here. And we're going to gently come out of that and meet in a plank. So put your hands down, lift your back toes up and your knee up, and meet me in plank. And very slowly, we're going to do knee to opposite elbow for 30 seconds, really slow. One side and the other. That's how slow I want it. See how close you can get your elbow and your knee, and you're halfway. Exhale, inhale, exhale. 3, 2, one more. Now let's make our way with the other leg into single pigeon. So again, look back at your long leg. Get it far, far to the back of the mat. Knee down, 5 toes down. And then if you were curious about the little prayer, make sure you've got that leg nice and long and, oh, I can do it today. And if you feel any stress when you're doing that, that is not what we're about this morning. And again, let's check out the body. Shoulders are square to the front of the mat, and so are the hips. Chest is proud. Shoulders are out of your ears. Let's go back to that plank expression. Curl your back toes under, lift your knee, come back to plank for me. And 30 more seconds, knee to opposite elbow, nice and slow. Keep your back quiet. Imagine you have a glass of water sitting at the sacrum. So neutral spine, try not to tuck the hip. Halfway. Lengthen out the crown of your head. And give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, one more time. And slowly bring your hands in a little closer. Let's do one chaturanga all the way down. Bend your elbows. Come on, down, down, down. Release your toes. Up dog if it's up to you today. Do an up dog and down dog. Enjoy your down dog. Pedal out your feet. And start to round your back. Meet me back in your plank. And we've got one more chaturanga down. So bring yourself back. Bend your elbows. And back to child's pose. Come on up slowly, roll to one side, and we're going to do one last straight leg stretch with the strap. Just roll to the side, bring your legs to the front. Flex your feet. Take your strap, your band, on the balls of your feet, but not the arches. What's nice about the strap is it's nice and long. And you're going to think about bending only at the hips and not at the ribs or the heart. Take your elbows out to the side and fold it in. Try to think about widening through the chest, taking the elbows out to the side of your body. If you'd like to go a little tighter, just keep walking your hands down the strap. Incrementally bring your chest a little bit lower towards your legs. And if eventually you want to ditch the band, go ahead. And you're going to stay here for a little over 30 seconds. So just relax. Try not to be too much in the legs now. Let them just be fascia relaxed, doing the stretching, connective tissue. Come back to your breath, all the way down into the back of your lungs, the back body. And slowly make your way up to a straight back. And meet me as you started class, cross-legged. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. How do you feel? 30 minutes later. Really appreciate yourself for taking the time to be in your body, to breathe, to move with breath, to give back to yourself, Take your hands down to the earth, collect some positive energy from Mother Earth, send it out to the universe. Bring your hands together at heart center, bring yourself love, send out love, and namaste. If you'd like to lay down and take a nice Shavasana corpse pose, do what you need to do. Thank you for joining me on the mat. I'll see you next time.